Was a woman responsible for the first smallpox vaccine? Imagine a world where knowledge about diseases was passed through stories and experience, not formal science. Now, picture a woman who brought ideas from distant lands and challenged the norms of her time. That woman was Lady Mary Wortley Montagu. She saw how smallpox devastated lives and watched how people in Constantinople used variolation, a risky process of exposing someone to smallpox material to build immunity. She was so determined to protect her family and others that she had her own 5-year-old son inoculated. Her advocacy helped introduce variolation to Britain in 1721, long before the vaccine was officially developed. She took a practice from non-Western cultures and pushed for it to be accepted in Europe, showing her courage and curiosity. Fast forward to the late 1700s, and we meet Edward Jenner, an English doctor who is credited with creating the first smallpox vaccine in May 1796. But the story isn't just about him. It's also about the women whose work laid the foundation for Jenner's discovery. One key figure was Sarah Nelmes, a milkmaid who had cowpox, a disease similar to smallpox but much milder. When Jenner saw her rash, he diagnosed it as cowpox and took material from her sore. Jenner then used this material to inoculate an 8-year-old boy named James Phipps. Sarah Nelmes was not just a passive source of material, she actively contributed to the process. Her body provided the biological material that made the vaccine possible, yet her name is rarely mentioned in history. There's also a popular story that Jenner noticed milkmaids were immune to smallpox because they worked with cows and cowpox. This story is mostly a myth created by Jenner's biographer. The truth is that rural women, like milkmaids, had practical knowledge about cowpox and smallpox from their daily work. They observed disease patterns and understood that cowpox could protect against smallpox. Their knowledge was based on experience, not formal training, and it played a vital role in the development of the vaccine. Before Jenner's work, other people in England and Germany had already tested cowpox vaccines on humans. For example, Benjamin Jesty, a Dorset farmer, vaccinated his wife and children during a smallpox epidemic in 1774. His wife was part of this early effort, but her contribution is mostly forgotten. Women in rural communities knew a lot about health, animals, and disease, but their knowledge was often ignored or taken without credit. Jenner's recognition came because he systematized the process, did controlled experiments, and shared his findings widely. He had the social standing and connections to promote his work, and the government and royalty supported him. From a women's history perspective, the story of the smallpox vaccine shows how women's contributions have often been erased or credited to men. Lady Montagu brought knowledge from other cultures and pushed for new ideas. Sarah Nelmes and other women provided the biological material and practical knowledge that made vaccination possible. Rural women's observations and experiences helped shape scientific understanding long before Jenner's name became associated with the vaccine. Their work was essential, even if it was not officially recognized at the time. Understanding this history reminds us that women have always been part of scientific progress. Their roles as observers, caregivers, and knowledge keepers helped save countless lives. Their contributions may have been hidden or overlooked, but they are an important part of the story of medical discovery.